It's time to check out a pair of Air Force Ones that retailed for $1,000 in June of 2014. Now, this isn't the first pair of four-digit Air Force Ones. Way back in 2007, Nike released a pair of Air Force Ones made out of anaconda skin and another pair made out of crocodile skin, and those shoes actually retailed for $2,000 each. But in June of 2014, Nike did this collaboration with Mr. Brainwash. Mr. Brainwash is a street artist who was made famous in the movie Exit Through the Gift Shop. Before his street art career, Mr. Brainwash ran a thrift shop, and he had dreams of producing documentaries. He actually was trying to film a documentary on street art, and then he decided that he was going to become a street artist himself and film that. And that's a big part of this movie, Exit Through the Gift Shop. I highly recommend the movie. It's really funny and really entertaining. But anyway, on Friday the 13th in June of 2014, Mr. Brainwash announced a collaboration with Nike, and he was going to be painting 3 different pairs of shoes. It was these Air Force Ones that retailed for $1,000. There are only 13 pairs of them because the shoes were announced on Friday the 13th, and then 2 pairs of Nike Internationalists. Those ones retailed for $750 each. There's a blue pair and a gray pair, 36 pairs of the blue, 69 pairs of the gray. But the really rare collaboration is this Air Force One. It's called Just Did It. The Internationalist collaboration is actually called MBW, which are the initials for Mr. Brainwash. This is exactly how I got the shoes. Wrapped up in this egg foam. Check out the box. Hand splatter painted by Mr. Brainwash himself. We got to take the shoes out of the box and check them out. You can actually go on Mr. Brainwash's Instagram, and if you go back to June 2014 when they were released, he's got all sorts of behind-the-scenes footage of him painting these Air Force Ones and then also painting the Internationalists. Let's get this big box out of the way and put down the painted shoe box right there. I've said it for a long time, I look at sneakers like they're pieces of art. Pieces of innovation, but really I look at them as pieces of art. They're beautiful. And this is such a prime example of a pair of sneakers being turned into an art project. There's only 13 pairs of these Air Force Ones, and it's the strangest size run you've ever seen. There's a pair of size 8s, and then it skips all the way to 9.5, and there's 9.5 through 12. And they're very, very limited. They sold out right away for $1,000 each, and then they hit eBay for about $4,000 and up. Let's pull a pair of these out right here. Look at this. These are just gorgeous. And you can see as we open up the box in there, there's a little Mona Lisa stencil on there and an autograph from Mr. Brainwash. Let's move the shoes out of the way and see if we can really have a look at this box right here. So there's the stenciled Mona Lisa with his autograph. As we look inside the box right here, you've got a certificate of authenticity. Each one of these pairs comes with a certificate that's numbered. Let's break into this right here very, very carefully, and we'll check that out. You can see right here, it says that my pair is number 7 out of 13, and the certificate is also signed by Mr. Brainwash, and it says, Just Did It, Los Angeles, California. Enough with the certificate. Let's have a look at these shoes. They're ridiculous. Actually, I hand splatter painted 7 pairs of Nike Dunks, and it was one of the most fun days that I ever had at work. Back in the day when I was a kid, I used to splatter paint like Jackson Pollock. My mom is actually an artist. She really encouraged my brother and I to paint. I was never a real good painter, so I decided just to splatter paint. And one day I was at work and I was looking at these white-on-white Dunks, and I was like, man, I gotta splatter paint these. And I did it, and it's amazing, and I'll keep those forever, all 7 of them, and they're on display on my mantle. I love this pair of Air Force One highs because it's really the same theme, and it goes great alongside those Dunks. Let's have a look at them. Look at those laces right there. I mean, wow, this guy really went nuts. Look at the inside of that shoe. So like I said, there's only 13 pairs of these. The resale on eBay is somewhere in the neighborhood of $4,000 to $5,000 a pair, if you can even find them. I mean, like the sizes that they made like one or two, or they actually made 3 pairs in size 10.5. Look at the inside right there. Looks like he really went nuts on the blue. Each one obviously is unique. It's really one of the best examples that I can think of as a sneaker being turned into art. And that was one of the things that inspired me to build the ShoeZeum, was, hey, I was like, all of these shoes are like pieces of art, and what if I put them all together and create a big, giant art exhibition focusing on sneakers? Now, this coming summer, there's actually another sneaker museum. It's called Out of the Box, The Rise of Sneaker Culture. It's going to pop up first in Brooklyn, and then it's going to make its way a traveling exhibition showcasing 150 or more sneakers, not just Nike, but really showcasing the evolution of the sneaker culture. It's being put together by the person that made Just for Kicks. You may have seen the DVD documentary about 10 or so years ago, Just for Kicks. He's one of the people that's doing the museum of shoes. But I just love this movement of looking at shoes and seeing them as art. And considering it's Friday the 13th today, and this collaboration was announced on Friday the 13th, and there's only 13 pairs in the world, I thought it would be just so fitting to break them out and do a sneaker review on them. I've got a lot more 4-digit Air Force One sneakers to review, not just the 2 that retailed for more than $1,000, the ones we talked about earlier that were the Croc and the Anaconda, but Air Force Ones on the resale market that are in the thousands of dollars, like the Entourage and the PlayStations and the original HTMs. So definitely look out for those reviews. Lots more to come. We're not even halfway through March, and I'm promising at least 1 review a day. I hope you enjoyed checking out the Mr. Brainwash Just Did It collaboration.